Hello everyone. So something really cool happened today. I finally, in the buildings behind me just there, the Department of Transport here, Safety and Transport I think it translates as, I finally got my Russian driving license. So I'm really happy about that. So yeah, it's another thing ticked off, and it's just nice to have proper driving license and not have to rely on the UK one with a translation and everything like that. So yeah, happy I've finally got my Russian driving license. So what I'll do, I'm just going to do a few more things that I want to add to this video, just a little bit of help for people that may be wanting to move to Russia, and obviously bringing a foreign driving license. I'll explain a few things that you need to do in the video. So let's jump into that now. But yes, happy days. Thank you. So yeah, really happy day today. I've finally got my driving license. Just walked out of the department there that issues the driving licenses. There wasn't too much of a wait. We did have an appointment. A lot of places do kind of go on appointments, which you can book through Sluggy, the app that kind of links everything governmental here together. So yeah, really kind of happy days. It's finally ticked off. So what I thought I would do, as I just mentioned, is I would explain a few things that I've found you need to do if you are coming on a foreign driving license to Russia, whether it's for travel or if you're thinking about moving to Russia as well. So let's jump into that really. So the first one that's most important is translation of your driving license. Make sure you have a translation from your language into Russian. This will also have to be stamped and certified at a notary. You can do that here in Russia as well. So if you're not planning on driving straight away, you can bring your driving license with you. If you haven't got somebody that can translate it, you can use a translator. Usually lawyers or solicitors can do that. And then there's lots of notaries throughout the different cities where you can then take all your documents and get it verified and stamped. Because yes, Russia likes all their documents legally stamped, so you can prove that it's all been done properly. So that is the most important thing, is get it translated, because the law is also, if you are driving on a foreign license and you get stopped by the road traffic police, they may ask for the translation part of your driving license, and if you haven't got that, they could possibly fine you. But by law, you should carry the translation around with your passport as well, and obviously translation of your passport. So that is the most important thing. The other thing you're going to have to do here if you're getting a Russian driving license is you have to go through a medical. It's quite an intense, well, yeah, quite a few different checks. I think it's about 4 or 5 different checks you have to go through. You obviously have to book an appointment at a specific doctor's where they do the testing, eye tests, and a few other things like that. So you have to get that done. But what I found, there's a little bit of a grey area. It doesn't say this anywhere. We've checked and double checked, and we've asked a few places. We were told when we were getting the medical that we have to have brought a translated document from our doctors, a letter saying that we have a clear kind of medical history, there's no problems, mainly, anything wrong with your eyes and things like that. So the grey area. So if you can, I would recommend going to your doctors and asking them to write you a letter to say that you've got a clean bill of health, really, and obviously you would then need to get that translated and certified as well. So just in case you come across that, try and get all these things done, because yes, anything to do with government departments and immigration, not just in Russia, everywhere. They want everything ticked off, properly. So it's just kind of a few little tips like that. The other thing I did bring with me as well was an international driving permit. I did get that done, which has a basic translation to kind of show that you've got a UK driving license and that there is like a convention of all the countries. So if you can get that from your country, I know I did that. I managed to get mine at the post office in the UK. I think it was something like £7 or £8 to get that done, and I think it lasts 5 years. They just stamp it and give you a little booklet that gives you translations of what the UK driving license is saying. So that's just another kind of thing. It just reassures you if you are driving on a foreign license and you haven't got a translation with you, or you haven't got that translation done yet, you have got some sort of proof that you've got an international driving permit with that translation in there. So yeah, it's just a few little things. It's not going to be a long video. Um, I'm not too sure with the kind of rules. I didn't have to take a theory test, a Russian theory test, because of when I came into the country originally. Some of the rules have changed. They gave us 12 months till next April to change our to change your foreign driving license to a Russian driving license. And if you arrived in the country at a certain time on a certain visa or residency, you didn't have to do any of the examinations like a driving test or a theory test here in Russia. I think before these new rules in, you had to do a theory test regardless of your license, but that kind of changed. And I know after April, I think it is going to be even a little bit more difficult. I think you might have to do a driving test and a theory test. So just, I think, do a bit of research of what visas you're on, what it allows you to do, how long it allows you to drive within Russia on your foreign license. I think it's 90 days or the length of your visa, or I think the maximum is a year you can drive. But don't quote me on this. The rules are changing all the time. I think it's obviously going in line with the new kind of visa decree that was announced for foreigners come into Russia. So yeah, that's pretty much the video today. It's another thing that I'm really happy with, because one other thing I will say is there's a lot of random kind of stops by the police. It's not you're doing something wrong. It's just they like to randomly stop and do police checks, mainly in the city centres, I've found, or if you are travelling kind of long distances, there are a few stops along the motorways where the police will have checkpoints and pull over random cars, lorries, everything, just to check their documents and check that you're all legal on the road. So yeah, abide by the rules, make sure you've got all the documents, because if you haven't got the documents, they will turn you away, and even if you haven't filled in things properly, they will turn you away. So if you're not that confident filling out the application forms, if your Russian isn't too great, use a solicitor, use a translator, and just make sure you get all of the documents in order. It will save you so much time from going back and forth and waiting in the queues there. So yeah, just make sure you've got all that paperwork and you'll be fine. So that's pretty much it. I'm happy I finally got that. So it's all good. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video. And I will see you soon in another video.